Humility, an essential subject from Vinipedia. The symptoms of a devotee are meekness and humility. Although spiritually very advanced, he will always remain meek and humble, as Kavir Yagasvam and all the other Vaivas have taught us by personal example. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught that one should be humbler than the grass on the street and more tolerant than the tree. One should not be proud or falsely puffed up. In this way one will surely advance in spiritual life. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Viniko's humility category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 10 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The word danya, humility, is explained as follows. When unhappiness, fearfulness and the sense of having offended combine, one feels condemned. This sense of condemnation is described as dinat, humility. When one is subjected to such humility, he feels physically inactive, he apologizes, and his consciousness is disturbed. His mind is also restless, and many other symptoms are visible. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya LL 2.35. Humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. The material conception of life makes us very eager to receive honor from others, but from the point of view of a man in perfect knowledge who knows that he is not this body, anything, honor or dishonor, pertaining to this body is useless. One should not be hankering after this material deception. Bhagavad Gita 13.8-12. It was right for Jiva Goswami to stop such a dishonest scholar from advertising that he had defeated Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, but due to their illiteracy the Sahajya class refer to this incident to accuse Srila Jiva Goswami of deviating from the principle of humility. They do not know, however, that humility and meekness are appropriate when one's own honor is insulted but not when Lord Vishnu or the Akaryas are blasphemed. In such cases one should not be humble and meek but must act. Chaitanya Charitamrita, DLL 10.85. A sannyas is supposed to beg from door to door for his livelihood, but this does not mean that he is a beggar. Humility is also one of the qualifications of a transcendentally situated person, and out of sheer humility the sannyas goes from door to door, not exactly for the purpose of begging, but to see the householders and awaken them to Krishna consciousness. This is the duty of a sannyas. Bhagavad Gita 16.13. Our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told R.M. Nanda Arya, Santana Gosvam's renunciation of material connections is just like yours. Humility, renunciation and excellent learning exist in him simultaneously. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya 1.201. Humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, all these I declare to be knowledge, and besides this whatever there may be is ignorance. Bhagavad Gita 13.8-12. It is futile to make an external show of good qualities like humility and non-violence while disrespecting the Lord's lotus feet and denouncing the process of devotional service. Renunciation through Wisdom, Chapter 3.2. One should approach a Krishna-conscious person with all humility, put relevant questions to him and not challenge him. If one were to challenge him, such a highly elevated Krishna-conscious person would not be available to receive any tangible service. A challenging, puffed-up person cannot gain anything from a Krishna-conscious man. He simply remains in material consciousness. Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Chapter 30. Out of humility, a devotee considers himself unfit to be transferred to the spiritual world. He always thinks himself contaminated by the modes of material nature. Nor is there any need for a devotee to ask to be freed from the modes of material nature. Devotional service itself is in the transcendental position. Therefore there is no question of asking for this special facility. The conclusion is that a pure devotee is not anxious to stop the repetition of birth and death, but is always eager to associate with other devotees who are engaged in chanting and hearing about the glories of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.30. 33. When one presents himself as ignorant, his attitude is called humility, and when there is absence of enthusiasm it is called cowardice. Therefore, in humility, there is sometimes cowardice also. Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 31.